How are we feeling? What's going on, my collective? So we're going to do 2 readings. I hate to break it to you, but this is just a teaser. This will not be the tea reading because while I pull the cards for the first reading, I'm going to be drinking the tea as the energy gets instilled into it. So part 2 will be the tea, okay? So I just have to make that disclosure right off the bat, but I did make a beautiful witch's brew. Do we see that? Cheers. Okay. So that being said, this reading is for our Witchy Wednesday, which means that I want to use this beautiful witchy deck. Look at the cool illustration of that. Ooh. All right, super cool. And, actually, you know what? I feel like I still have my setup for Monday. So, here's my witch deck over here. You gonna hold on because I'm gonna get my witch deck. I can still talk to you though. Let's see what I've got in my magical witchy drawer. I've got, like, no lie, probably over 50 decks. Little obsession. It's not as bad as my shoe game though. My shoe game is like going 200 plus strong. And I'm not mad at it. Like, no man nor woman could ever tell me that I have to get rid of a pair of shoes. Because then I'm going to be like, bye, Felicia. Okay, how are we feeling? I'm feeling like giddy. Are you feeling good? What have you been going through? It's the middle of the week already? How the heck did that happen? Like, what? This energy is just crazy. I feel like we're already flying by into February now, and I feel like the year just got started. And here, look at this cute deck. I told you I was going to pull my witchy decks. Okay, so then I'm feeling froggy. I'm feeling like we want to do a totally different kind of read. I'm going to pull, I'm going to pull a lot more cards than I normally do, and maybe I'll just like switch it up with different clarifiers. Okay, you're gone. Which one do I want? I'm not feeling like gossip today. I'm not feeling like this deck is the right one. But this one could be. She looks like she's jumping into some magical stuff. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. All right. I need a bigger table, you guys. This is crazy. Nope. You have to stay on here, though. Here. Sorry, guys. I should have done this beforehand. I'm normally pretty good about that, but I'm just, like, getting lost with my days now. Okay. Ooh, this card flew out. You saw that, right? The King of Cups. We've got a masculine coming into play. Emotionally, this masculine means business. Dolphins could mean something. Pisces energy is coming up super strong. And there's a cat depicted here too. Somebody has a calico cat. And somebody's definitely connected to the sea. But King of Cups. This is somebody who, and again, doesn't matter if you're a female or male, anybody can tap into this masculine king. But if this is flying out right from the gate, then somebody's definitely finding balance and authority with their emotional self. So we like that energy. Okay. Knock on the door to your spirit guides. Let's see what they have to tell you. It's just 4:45 on the clock, meaning we passed right through that 444 portal. What does my collective need to know on this beautiful Witchy Wednesday? I keep it really neutral, so I don't pull any love-specific decks on Mondays and Wednesdays. So that being said, I did switch that up this past Monday, though, since I missed the Soulmate Sunday reading. So I did a soulmate reading on our Monday, but typically I don't. Okay, so what's coming up? What does my collective need to know from the higher-ups? Let's give them their message. What's happening in their present situation? What energy or obstacles are they facing right now? It's this one. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. She's been showing up a lot lately, so we like this energy. Yellow Canary could be significant for somebody, but we're stepping into the self-sufficiency mode, which I love that the King of Cups flew out of here, because it's like either you're tuning into both these feminine and masculine qualities within you, or we have a masculine in the picture who's finally tapping into their emotional self, and then we have the feminine who's finally discovering the self-sufficiency, who's finally seeing the fruits of her labor, right? So we have financial independence. We also have emotional security with these two cards, and we really like that. You could be coming into some money here, if not already experiencing that. Maybe you've been rewarded with some luxurious gifts or opportunities, or you could just be stepping up your money game, right? So be optimistic about that. There's definitely some strength within the foundation that we've built. We like this. We're grounding into the energy, Virgos in particular, but any earth signs. And what's their immediate challenge? Okay, we've got the Four of Cups in the reversal. Excuse me. No, I'm reading it wrong. It's in the upright. Okay, we like this. We like this, and then we also don't like this. So on the far end, we could be disconnected to something still going on for us, like you're reevaluating some aspect within your life, or somebody is a masculine here, who's ever tapping into this masculine energy, is in heavy contemplation. Like they are sitting down, meditating, really trying to figure out what is being offered to them. They've got 3 cups in front of them. Really, that's giving me 3 opportunities. So it could be love, could be finances, could be family. What they don't see, because they're looking down in this heavy contemplation, is that the universe, or the goddesses, the gods, the higher ups, right, is literally coming through the clouds, offering them, presenting them with a 4th cup to choose from. So be mindful of this. Remember, cups are always about our emotions. So there is progress here. It's like you've got the foundation. We're literally rooting down, finding connection by, being seated on the earth, finding the stability, finding our power, which showed up when that king came flying out emotionally, and also the feminine with the pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. But what you don't see here is that there's going to be a 4th option that's being presented here. Notice that? All right. So definitely meditate on that. This could be calling, this is your challenge card. So the thing here is that you have a problem with sitting down and making these choices. It's hard to make choices. You're probably a very either stubborn person, is just what came to my mind, or an avoidant. We could be dealing with an avoidant here. Somebody who would rather disconnect. And notice how this masculine's arms are crossed. So they're closed off emotionally. They're like, I don't know, I'd rather just not deal with it. I'd rather not open up my heart. So if our what's at hand, what jumped out at us was that King of Cups, like that's the energy that you're being asked, or your significant other, who's ever on your mind, your specific person, is being asked to step into. But if the immediate challenge card is this Four of Cups, it's telling me that this is what we have difficulty doing, really being decisive and, figuring out after you reevaluate, what option are you going to go with? What direction are you choosing? And to find a path, stay aligned with it. So we are being called to meditate on this. Bam. Okay, the root cause of this. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. So we've got a Queen of Cups in reverse that's telling me somebody is trying to avoid their feelings. Internally, they are experiencing a lot of codependency, possibly a lack of self-love, or they're discovering their self-love, which is a good thing. Like, we need to go through these lessons in life and to recognize that self-care is everything, right? You have to take care of yourself before you can offer that to anybody else. But there's a lot of inner feelings happening here, which is the root cause of these insecurities, resorting to fear and closing off emotionally with that heart space, and not wanting to make a solid choice or the right choice, right? Because the right choice is what the universe is presenting you, or this masculine here. The other options, it's like he's totally looking down, avoiding the right choice that's being presented from the universe, and he's thinking that there's just these three in front, right? So the root cause is that if they're not tapping into their Queen of Cups energy, then they're not being very empathetic with themselves or with other people's feelings. Ooh, there's just a mosquito. I knew I was itchy earlier. You know, mosquitoes, the ones that bite you, are only females, and the males they don't suck blood. The males only eat fruit nectar. How crazy is that, right? So it's these little vampires, blood-sucking little babies that are out here just hunting us. Anywho, okay, little fun fact of the day. Yes, so the root cause of this is that somebody's not tapping into their vulnerability. They're not stepping into this Queen of Cups energy and taking the proper seat on this throne, right? Because then they could reverse that energy and step into the King of Cups energy, which is full force. They have already grounded and created that stability within themselves emotionally. But either you or the person who's on your mind has not, which is why this is the root cause. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. We've got this. We got this. What else is going on here? Oh, I'm going to take a sip of tea before it gets too chilly. I did an Earl Grey. Cheers. But a decaf because it's late at night right now for me. Okay. What do we not see? The King of Pentacles. Whoa. Are you kidding me? Okay. We've got the King and Queen of Cups that showed up. The Nine of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles, which is Nine of Pentacles is the feminine energy of this foundation, and the King of Pentacles is the masculine energy. So somebody's very, very stubborn here. Is ever tapping into this masculine energy more so. They could be obsessed with their status, or just fully focused on wealth and their financial inept, like, classist system that they've been bred into. Potentially overindulging, or, being a little greedy here with something in life. Doesn't always have to resort to finances, but something going on here. Okay. Recent past. The High Priestess in reversal. Ooh, flicked at you. The letters B and J could mean something. L too, and T. All right, there's some kind of secret still. In the past, somebody kept a secret from you. There was this disconnection from intuition, or I'm really feeling like since the Queen of Cups is in reverse, but then the King of Cups flew out at us in the upright. Like you are a very intuitive person, and you knew, like you have some psychic abilities, and you just intuitively knew that something wasn't right. Somebody was keeping something hidden. There was a secret. Somebody wasn't being truthful with their emotions, right? With the cups suits, but your intuition knew better, but it was throwing you off. It made you feel disconnected because if somebody's lying to you and you're like, but I feel intuitively the opposite way. But then they're making you feel a little crazy, right? Some gaslighting. Then that could throw off your intuition and make you withdraw. It could have made somebody go silent. There was some shallowness here and some selfishness on somebody's part, whoever was causing this. There's definitely a misunderstanding here. We have a lot of water signs coming up. So Pisces, Cancer, 2 Cancer cards, and Gemini. All 3. The beginning of, well, no, it's not the beginning. It's in reverse. So yeah, this created an ending. The secret. Okay. That's what happened in the past. The immediate future. A lot of reversals. Our energy is off, you guys. We are not aligning right now. Excuse me. I read future, but this is not future. This is the message from above. So these are like signs or a message from your spirit guides and the universe. You need to accept something because somebody moved on. You're being asked to find peace through all of these personal setbacks and to forgive yourself, because no matter what your actions were in this, you need to see the cup as being half full, right? So I do really love this 5 of Cups card because we alternate in the upright. I actually like that we got it in the reversal. So it's not as disappointing or pessimistic loss as the upright meaning is of it. But, oh, what did I say earlier? This Scorpio card is coming up. Gemini. Yeah, Gemini is not water. But anywho, Scorpio, all the water signs and Gemini. Anywho, keep going. So you're not meant to grieve over this. You're not, there wasn't a really big loss, even if it felt like one. Like you're not meant to stay in this depressive, pessimistic disappointment era, right? That's to be done with. There was nothing that failed here, right? Don't regret what the universe had in store for you. We actually like that it's in the reverse. 5 equals change. Right? So change is you're accepting this change and you're recognizing that moving on equals finding peace. It's not to say that things can't turn around and come back, because what I do love about the 5 of Cups is with this very disappointed person depicted in the card is focusing on here emotionally, right? With the cup suits is these 3 spilled cups. So look at the irony here. These 3 options that they were trying to decide, right? And they just couldn't because they were closing off their emotional energy, right? They're closing off their heart space, and they didn't know what direction they should go in. They were being indecisive and avoidant. And then eventually all 3 of them get spilled. And they're like really sad and disappointed about it now. They're like, gosh, darn it. Like, I'm trying to be better with my language. It's not really how I speak in real life, but YouTube, they be watching. So yeah, this causes this indecisiveness, this avoidant behavior and energy equals this disappointment. But the good news is that was meant to happen. They're meant to accept this. And when they finally do accept this, what they don't notice behind them is that these 2 of cups are still standing, right? 5 equals change. So yes, these 3 options may have tipped over and not have become a good opportunity, or maybe they were squandered, or just a lack of energy. If you don't make a choice, the universe will choose for you. But the good news is that the universe still is offering you something else. And so you actually have two new options, not just one. This one turned into 2. So that is the good thing that the universe is letting you know. We've got 2 new options that will bring peace after these setbacks. And you are meant to forgive yourself, forgive other people, and within this acceptance, these new opportunities, emotional opportunities, will come through. So cups could be love. Let's see. Where did this come from? This is the root cause. Now, it's still the king. Immediate future. The Queen of Wands. We like this. So this is what lies right ahead of you. I always say a few days, few weeks, a couple months tops. But the Queen of Wands, a black cat, could be significant. You're finding your confidence. You're finding your courage. You're stepping in and taking your crown, sitting on that throne, and you're saying, I'm independent. This all played out beautifully, so I could step into this independence. I could be focused. I could recognize that now I'm able to have this zest for life and be optimistic and realize that I'm always protected, never rejected, right? And that gives you a determination of joy and peace and love, self-love, right? That builds that confidence. And then it calls in new growth. She's holding a sunflower in one hand, and then the queen is holding the staff, the wand, the major wand in the other hand, which signifies her purpose, right? So again, we've got both another water, so Pisces again is showing up, and fire, Aries in particular. But a lot of Leo energy on this card. I've always wondered why it's ruled by Aries, because there's 2 lion sphinxes on either side of her throne. There's also 2 lions holding hands behind on the tapestry of the throne. And then it's always depicted in the Rider-Waite deck with a black cat at her feet. So black cats, those signify our familiars, your intuition, right? So whoever is represented as this Queen of Wands is fully stepping into this intuitive knowledge and purpose, which we love that. A lot of cat energy here. I'm happy with her showing up in our immediate future. You know what I'm saying? Okay, one more. Or do I want to keep going with some other decks? Actually, yes. We'll see what's up. Let's do this new deck. And I won't pull something for everyone, but for our what's at hand, let's clarify this Nine of Pentacles. Oh, she popped out. A forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings. Okay. Open up your third eye here. I like that. Get a bird's eye view is what I'm just being told. Notice the bird and the eye up here. So maybe this is calling you to do some spell work, right? Even if you're not totally tapped into your witchy abilities all the time, this could be calling you to it. A forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings. Maybe you did a spell a while back and you totally forgot about it. But it's obviously going to bring in some rewards, because the Nine of Pentacles is always about reward, particularly financial independence. But it could also just represent optimistic future sense in our foundation that we've built in this self-sufficiency. We love that. Okay. The message from above, clarifying over this Five of Cups in the reversal. A hidden talent will bring you great success. So these two options within the cups that were behind have to do with your talents. Whatever you're really good at, this is what's going to bring you that success, that financial stability. Definitely do some spell work here. I love it. There's a cauldron, it's brewing. She's made a big tea as well. Cool. Whoop. Sorry if I just hit the mic. Okay, and then clarifying this Queen of Wands in our future placement. A wish upon a star will soon come true. I love this. Wow. Look it. There's a wand here too. And a crystal ball. Wow, really cool. Check out the wand here. Excuse me, the wand is here, and then a paintbrush is here. Ooh, are you a painter? Are you an artist of some kind? That could be that hidden talent that's going to make you some money coming up. Or it could be some spell work, since this is my witchy deck. This could be, do you do something similar that I do? Okay, interesting. That's what we see in your immediate future. Let's pull another tarot deck. We're almost at 30 minutes, you guys. I'll try to stop talking as much. One more. I'll do a part 2. The tea's almost done, so I'll pull some cards and the tea in the next reading. Because I'm still lost on exactly what was going down here. This is talking about more finances, I think. Just life. This one. Okay, present situation. The Page of Cups. So that forgotten spell that will bring you unexpected blessings had to do with a lover. It had to do with somebody coming in and offering you the Page of Cups. So pages are always the messengers, and the Page of Cups is somebody who comes in. Look at, we have an artist again. I knew it. Somebody is an artist. Look at this painter. Maybe they're presenting you with a painting that they did, or something artistic. Maybe a song they wrote or something. I don't know. Or poem. They're using the paintbrush. They're using the craft of doing this. Writing, painting, drawing, something like that. But the Page of Cups is somebody that comes in with a love offer. They could have an orange and white cat. Or maybe you do. But that forgotten spell that'll bring you this unexpected blessing has to do with this lover that you're calling in to bring you a message. And maybe that'll be showing you these fruits of your labor, right? You've already been working on your self-sufficiency, getting your money right, becoming independent, and then that spell brings in a love offer. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. The immediate challenge with this over the Queen of Cups in the upright, though, is the Fool. So there's a new beginning with this Queen. Or excuse me, the Queen was in the reversal. So as soon as you work on this self-love and release the codependencies and insecurities, and you step into this Queen of Cups energy, right? Start self-care. Take care of yourself internally first. Then you can open up emotionally. And then you're opening up to all new possibilities. There's the Fool here. And this reminds me of when I traveled to London. I was with a girlfriend, and we went to the cliffs, the sister cliffs. What was it? What were their names? Somebody write it in the comments if you've ever been there. So gorgeous, though. It's outside of London. It's not too far away from Brighton. Maybe a couple hours. Sister cliffs, something sisters. But this looks just like it. So yeah, you're on the edge of this cliff at the very top. There's new beginnings, lovebirds. There's 2 birds here. And there's a ship, and it's sailing. It's a little choppy waters, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's looking like this new beginning. You know, you had to take a journey to get there, obviously, and the journey was long. But the waters start to calm down as soon as you make it to the top. And then you're ready. You're ready to just... look at this witch has 1 foot forward and ready to fly. So step into that confidence here. That's your challenge, to take this new journey and with blind faith, really just trusting the universe. The root cause of it, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. It's a lot of protective energy here. The chakras could be significant. We've got bottles of in every single color. And even though it's not a wand card, it's a pentacle card, I'm seeing 2 brooms. And the broom is over the doorway, which represents protection. We've got another black cat showing up as well. So you're brewing something. Something's happening. The unconscious energies here that are building this foundation stem from this contemplation, this even though you were, or somebody, maybe I'm feeling like somebody else was left with this apathy, this disconnect of trying to reevaluate their life and all these choices and options in front of them, and not choosing the right choice that was granted to them from the universe, right? That was literally right in front of it. It's like the universe is like, hey, we're giving this beautiful option to you, like everything you've ever wanted right here, with a lot of emotional depth and love, but you're still just like focusing on these things down here rather than that. And then, right, remember, they get disappointed that those 3 cups spill, but the other 2 are still behind them, what they don't realize. But on the opposite end of this, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, and this feminine, this witch that's depicted on the card is like using what's in the cups, or they're brewing a new potion. Look at all of this abundance, even though, again, it's pentacle energy, so she's brewing the foundation of this, not just financial success, but it's showing me emotional understanding and success as well, because they're all cups here. with this new brew that she's concocting. Very interesting. But this is the root cause. This feminine could have intimidated this masculine, since she seemingly already has the power and the ingredients, right, to create this kind of stability to get to the Eight of Pentacles. And what's at hand for our present situation is then she makes it to the Nine of Pentacles, which is even more self-sufficiency. But that's because she put in this work. She did all of this prior, right? That hidden, that forgotten spell. But could have intimidated somebody. That could have been the root cause of it. Okay, in the past, the Seven of Pentacles. Whoa, it's like we're going backwards here. Okay, there was some hard work, but the hard work led to harvest again. And we've got a cup here in this card as well. So it created her emotional security and sensibility within life, and she's harvesting all of these grapes, and like look at all of the pentacles and grapes on the vines, and we've got that black cat showing up again. Intuitively, this feminine knew what she was doing, that she had to put in this work to see the efforts of her labor. And now she's at in the past she was at harvest time. The message from above. The Four of Cups. There is a masculine here that was really sad and depressed over this emotional state of not, again, with these Three of Cups showing up. So notice, this masculine is so distraught and stressed out, a lot of anxiety and depression over these three options, over these Three Cups. And what they don't realize is that they had the support system behind them with this friend or a family member providing them with that fourth cup. Could have been the universe, right? Once again. And I love how, oh my gosh, I didn't even recognize. This card is clarifying this card. Wait, is it? No. But the root, okay, this is what's even cooler about that. We had the Four of Cups in the root cause, but then the message from your higher ups is why that was the root cause. That this was their lesson, to see that they had been presented this option and that they had this support, and the universe and their friends or their family were like, hey, we don't like you being sad about this and like anxiety stricken. What you don't recognize is if you just like open up your heart space, stop contemplating this so much, stop avoiding yourself emotionally with these Three of Cups, right? Then you'll recognize the right option. Pisces is coming in strong. Look at, we've got another fish up here. A fish in the bowl, a little goldfish. They were given the key. They were given the keys, multiple keys. I feel like they were given multiple options to open up this door to themselves emotionally. The person, the masculine could have been a brunette with a mustache or some facial hair. They had the tools. They just didn't use them. They didn't take the support, unfortunately. And the media, what we don't see at the bottom, Queen of Swords. Yeah, this made the Queen energy. Somebody has a white cat too. A very beautiful white cat. Fluffy. Look at this. This made the Queen recognize that she was left with some tough decisions. She had to slice through the cloud of judgment, any mental imbalances there, and to choose what was most important. Okay, that's what we didn't see at the bottom of the deck. The immediate future, the Chariot. Which way will we go? I like this card in particular. The Chariot always represents somebody needs to make a choice, and they're coming in fast. They have to make the choice now, soon. There's no more waiting. There's no more stalling on this. Like, the engine is already revving. They've got to go. Luckily, they've got their intuition with them. Look at their little sidekick, the black cat again. This way or that way. Which way are they going to go? Somebody may ride a motorcycle or a red vehicle. Somebody also has a black leather jacket, or a black jacket could be significant. The good news is there's a lot of prosperity here. There's a lot of growth within this indecisive time. But someone is left with a choice. Which way are they going to go? Is this you or is this your person? I don't know. You tell me in the comments. All right, guys. Watch part 2 for the tea. I am Kat, and this is my channel, Pure Premonitions. My podcast coming soon is called Pure Presence. And let's make more magic together. So I'll see you part 2.